Today we are taking a look at the biggest lithium company in the world. That company is known as Albemarle and the ticker on the New York Stock Exchange is ALB. Today we're going to be providing a fundamental overview of their company as well as providing some technical analysis to make some predictions on where we can expect to see Albemarle go in the near future. Let's get into it. I've partnered with Crypto.com to provide my viewers with an awesome opportunity to accelerate their crypto journey. Crypto.com is used by over 50 million users in 90 countries across the globe and is a leading platform for buying, selling and staking crypto. They also offer metal Visa cards with a huge range of rewards that allow you to convert and withdraw your crypto in fiat currency. Crypto.com is offering a $25 sign-up reward using my affiliate link in the description or by entering affiliate code RyanProven. How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another stock analysis video. Today we're jumping over to the New York Stock Exchange to look at a company called Albemarle. Their ticker is ALB and they are the biggest lithium company in the world. Now they also do deal with bromine as well as refining catalysts as well. They're based out of Charlotte in North Carolina and currently they are worth over $32 billion US. So this really is one of those companies that if you're looking for something in the lithium space that is a bit more blue chip, this is the one that you'd want to look at. As I mentioned as well, they deal with a lot of things. So they call themselves a specialty chemicals company. But the main focus of today's video, as usual, is the lithium side of things. So without further ado, let's jump into a bit of an overview. So firstly, let's have a bit of an overview of this company itself. And one thing immediately that makes it interesting is that it deals in both hard rock as well as brine-based lithium. So their brine-based operations are in both the US and Chile. The US operation is in Clayton Valley near Silver Peak, and their Chilean operation is at Salar de Atacama, which is obviously in Chile. Now, also they own a 49% stake in the Hard Rock Greenbushes mine, which is absolutely massive. And furthermore, they've also have the ability to operate the Wodgina Hard Rock lithium mine in WA, which is a joint venture with Mineral Resources, where they invested $1.15 billion in a joint venture with this company. Moving back to the Chilean operation, back in 2018, Albemarle submitted a request to increase the amount of lithium brine that they were producing to 145,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent. And now this was approved by Corfo, which is a Chilean governmental organization, and they approved the 145,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent per year up until 2043. So this is a deal that has lasted a few decades when we get to that point. That is a huge amount of revenue when we're talking current and possible future lithium prices even rising from where they are now compared to when the deal was actually signed back in 2018. In 2019, the company also began construction on their Kemerton lithium hydroxide processing plant, which is in Western Australia, based just south of Perth. Now this is currently just becoming operational. Their first production was achieved in July of 2022, and Kemerton 2 conversion plant, which remains also on track as well for completion in the second half of 2022. Now, when we're talking about these facilities, we have moved from mining to processing now. So they're being able to adapt and understand that taking multiple sections of the supply chain is going to be of immense value. Not only do they reduce their own costs when it comes to obviously operating, they also increase the value of what they're able to produce as they are controlling multiple portions of the supply chain and are able then to sell higher quality and more processed products to their clients. As to be expected as well, this company has processing facilities based out of Chile for their Chilean operations. Now, these are up and running as you would expect, but La Negra 3 and 4 are processing facilities which are currently under commercial qualification. So expect these to be coming online within a few years and obviously allowing them to process even more material to sell to their clients. I hope that provided you with a bit of an overview of what this company is about and of course where it is currently headed. As we all know, the global lithium market at the moment is booming and it's only set to keep increasing for many decades to come. So I'd expect a company like Albemarle to actually be able to really take advantage due to not only their position in the market, but also their vast amounts of experience. And for shareholders, they will certainly be delivering value. But right now, we're going to jump into the chart, perform some technical analysis, and make some predictions on where we can expect to see them go in the near future. Let's take a look. Welcome into Albemarle's chart, guys. This is on the New York Stock Exchange, so you are looking at USD values. Right now, as you can see in the top right here, currently sitting at a value of $272.99 US dollars. They recently hit an all-time high on the 14th of September. That was $308.24 US. Really big numbers, and you can see the growth has been insane. Basically from March of 2020, they've gone from roughly around $50 to their current value. So that is really off the back of the massive lithium run. First and foremost, let's try and put in place some trajectories. And what I like doing on charts of this sort of scale is putting in that overall long-term trend. Now, as you can see here, we have what appears to be an upwards trading channel. It starts all the way back in that March of 2020, and I'd suggest that the top end of this is probably roughly where we last peaked. We did have a breakout back over here in November of 2021, and we hit our previous all-time high, which was over here at a value of $291. So really good there, and we managed to surpass that again whilst coming back and staying within that channel. Now, what we're seeing now is an indication of indecision. And the reason for that is you can see that the price action probably for the past few weeks has been pretty choppy, and that is as a result of a few things occurring. The first being the lithium price is so strong that obviously the price should be rising off the back of that, but at the same time we've hit the top end of that chart, and therefore we are expected to bounce in a downwards direction as well. But the real indecision has come in when we've hit what appears to be our 50-day moving average. Right now, we're sitting slightly below it. That 50-day moving average is at $274, but it is acting as our major point of support for us at this point in time. Now, what appears to be about to occur is that 20-day moving average sitting at 278 is about to cross below the 274 mark. Now, whilst long to medium term, this stock, in my opinion, will continue to rise through this channel. I would not be shocked to see something similar to the following occur, back up and down, following that trend of the channel, but moving in a healthy manner. Now, given the lithium prices at this point in time are at an all-time high, I don't think that bottom end of the channel will actually be hit. More likely, I think the lowest point we're probably going to hit in the future is going to rest on that 200-day moving average at $231. But everything is really going to come down to whether or not this support level at the 50-day moving average is able to continue holding up. As well, volume-wise, not too much going on. You can see that there has been a steady decrease, probably since about over here, August period, but realistically, in the grand scheme of things, it has been pretty stable overall. Let's have a look at a few other indicators. First and foremost, RSI. And this really reflects what we've seen touching the top end of the channel here. We went into that overbought range at its very peak over here, hitting 78.49, but that was before we hit the all-time high. And interestingly enough, big sell down when that occurred, as you'd expect, and then a quick shoot up when we did hit that all-time high. Right now we're sitting on the yellow line, but the value is 48.43. which shows we actually do have the ability to have a bit more strength and start moving upwards. As we zoom out, let's see what has happened in the past. About at the time when we get to about the 40s, we can see a reversal happening in previous situations. So don't be shocked if we don't go all the way down to the bottom end of our RSI line. For us, given the overall lithium market, I think at the moment it is going to be very, very strong indeed. Let's have a look at the MACD now as well. And the MACD is quite interesting. We had a cross here of the 12-day EMA below the 26-day EMA, which was right at the peak over here. And of course, as a result, driving the price in a bit of a downwards direction, but not by too much at all. Now it's looking like those two EMAs are moving very, very close together. The red period is becoming shallow, but they are moving in parallel. If we are to see a reversal in the short-term price direction in going up instead of down, we'll need to see that 12-day EMA cross back above the 26-day EMA. Now typically when we see these crosses occur, you can see we are below that 0 mark. And you can see every single time we've had those really good runs, this has been the case. We're still sitting just slightly above it right now. Probably sitting at, 0.03, 0.02 or something like that. But all in all, a change can occur very, very quickly, especially with the lithium prices moving the way they are at this point in time. I suppose from a bit of a shorter term perspective, when we're looking at charting, we could try and put in place a pattern to try and identify exactly what we are seeing go on at the moment. So starting from top, we've got a top end here, and then let's take the bottom end of this 1st of September candle as well, bring that one up, and what you can see is we have a triangle pattern actually forming itself. And this is a hard one to read because it is a triangle pattern that indicates we're going to break out, but it doesn't indicate what direction. But if we look at the longer term scheme of things, overall we are trending in an upwards direction, and typically that trend will continue. So off face value, a breakout is more likely to occur in an upwards direction, but it really needs to be supported by the momentum of the volume as well. It looks like there have been a couple of occasions where a break has tried to occur, but it's been unsuccessful. But I do expect if we are going to see a break, it has to be before this end of the pointy part of the triangle, so it will occur within about the next week or so with regards to trading days. If that were to occur, the overall aim realistically is going to be up here. We want to try and achieve our all-time high once again. That is really the main mark. I do expect a bit of horizontal resistance though, probably at just about maybe the $297 to $300 mark. I'll chuck in a line just there, just so you can see what's going on. Maybe a bit of a test per se, and something like that occurring, maybe a test before then a breakthrough, and a test then once again of our all-time highs over here. So what is my price prediction for this stock? Well, realistically, I do think that this is going to be a stock long and medium term that absolutely starts pumping. Short term though, depending on how this pattern plays out, and as long as the overall market sustains itself, I do think we could certainly see about $300 or maybe just shy on the cards again within the next couple of weeks. But worst case scenario in my opinion is $231 if we break in a downwards direction and see a cross of that 20-day moving average below the 50-day. Keep in mind guys, the EMAs, the 12 and the 26-day are the key to looking at the trend's direction. If we see that 12-day cross up, we're likely hitting this $298, $300 mark. If it does not cross, we are likely going to see that 200-day moving average be touched once again. Obviously, I hope for investors' sake that this stock does pump up to roughly $300. That wraps up today's analysis of Albemarle, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.